some crazy fog going on right now. This is my rainwater system, my harvesting. This first one's almost full. This one's, and that one. Yeah. Hey there YouTube, Veganomix here. So today I wanted to talk about my new rain catchment system that I've got going on. But before I do so, I wanted to show you my mulberry cutting that I took probably close to 2 weeks ago now. It's starting to bud. Well, where the leaves are going to come out, it's starting to bud, so let me show you. Alright, so I don't know how well you can see this, but right here you've got a bud starting to come out, which is going to be a leaf. There's another one right here. Where's my finger? Right there. Another one here. So yeah, like I said in another video, you know, I was watching a bunch of videos on how to make cuttings of mulberries and mulberry trees, or yeah, and supposedly it's very, very, very easy. All you have to pretty much do is make sure that your cutting is that hardened, mature wood and not just the green kind of young wood that's new, if you know what I mean. So take a cutting, maybe at an elbow or a 90-degree little split there, and then just put it in some good potting soil. Keep it moist, and it'll eventually start to root, and you know, a couple weeks later you'll start to have these little leaf buds come, and then those are going to turn into leaves, and then eventually there will probably be another little stem that shoots off that's going to go vertically. So yeah, I'm so excited because this is like one of the first ones that I've taken, I mean, other than like bananas and things like that, but like something that, you know, you buy this mulberry tree for 30 bucks and you think to yourself like, man, if I want another one, I'm gonna have to go buy another one. But no, you know, how do they propagate, you know? How do the people you buy from propagate? They don't go buy them. They take cuttings and they do the air layering and all this other stuff. So you know, I thought I'd kind of be a little bit more independent and start taking cuttings from things, and rather than going out and buying everything. Save money, it's definitely not going to save you time, but it'll save you money. So alright. Alright, as you can see, I have a gutter that I got an extension for the gutter, and right now I have 3 55-gallon barrels sitting underneath that. And basically the reason I got the extension with the it's sort of like a movable plastic, and what I can do is basically shift it from that first one to the second one or the third one. Whenever the first one fills, I can shift it just a bit to sort of angle it to go into the second one or the third one, you know. So how many gallons would that be? 165, I think, altogether, if they were all full. So it's a lot of rainwater ability to catch. So again, I have this off of the screened-in roof of the lanai here, which gets pretty good, you know, falling rain when it is raining. It hasn't rained for almost a week now, but I used the last of it a couple days ago. So I actually got these from a company in Fort Myers that makes horse shampoo. So the only thing that's been in these drums basically is horse shampoo. So I just washed them out with water a few times, soapy water, and yeah, they're good to go. Something like this is really cheap and easy to do. So it doesn't take a lot of skill. Basically, I just stuck nails through the extension, and it's good to go. Now I have tops as well, so like, you know, in the rainy season, I'm gonna want to cover them when they're full so that the mosquitoes don't start breeding in there. I definitely made sure that I got the removable top ones. Now there are ones that have like 2 holes in them. I don't recommend those because I mean, as you can see, I can just kind of leave this thing with the wind will kind of move a little bit, whereas if I just had the 2 holes, I would have to make sure that this was going directly into that hole. And then it's harder, like if I wanted to get the water out, I would have to pretty much dump it out, whereas this one I can, as you saw, I can fit the whatever that's called, the garden watering can, all the way in there, and I can actually, if this one's full and I want that water to go in there, and then so I can fill this one up again, you know, it might take me 5 minutes of just non-stop putting water over, but I can do that if I want to. Or if I need to take water out of there and then be able to move this or something, you know, it's nice to be able to have the top off. So, all right, so let me just talk briefly about why I have rain catchment system here in Southwest Florida. So we do have very heavy rainfalls during the rainy season. So that's very important that people realize that we do have a rainy season and we have a dry season. So, you know, from the months of basically November through April, we don't have a lot of rainfall, generally. Last year we did because it was an El Nino year. So, yeah, I have this, and I have a well, but I've been hearing that a couple streets down, a couple of the wells have been going dry. So why is that? Because of overuse of water, and well, just because it hasn't rained. It hasn't rained, first of all, enough, but then there hasn't been enough hard rains. So, you know, people are, you know, stuck in a situation where, you know, I have a neighbor across the street that said, if that happens to me, I'm just gonna have a deep well dug. See, right now where we're at, the shallow wells are only about 7-8 feet, but a deep well would go 25 feet or more. And he was saying that basically we would never have to worry about a shortage if we dug a deep well. So, but that, you know, might cost $8,000-$10,000. So, you know, to try to avoid running out of water in my shallow well, I wanted to offset a little bit by collecting rainwater. And I did this up north in Illinois. If you have been a subscriber for a while, you might remember my 2 55-gallon drums on both sides of my house in the backyard. So, yeah, that's pretty much why. So I did this to basically get me through the dry season. Okay, and another thing is, like the downspouts, when it rains, that water just gets wasted. It doesn't get wasted, it goes back into the ground, okay, but in a sense, the immediate use of it is wasted. You can't use it once it's already in the ground. I mean, eventually, yes, it's going to trickle down, and if there's heavy enough rains, it'll trickle down all the way down to the aquifers and the tables and stuff. But, you know, for me, immediately, I'm not going to be able to use anything. So why not build a rain catchment system? I feel like this, if you live on the West Coast, Southwest, like Arizona, New Mexico, something like this is vital. Okay, unless you want to be hauling in water, or like, I don't even know what you would do, because they've been having droughts out there. Actually, most recently in California, they've been having a lot of flooding. Okay, so kind of wacky weather, but you know, at the same time, you got to be prepared for things like this. So let's say all 3 of these barrels are full, right? I kind of judged by how many plants I have. I have 61 different plants. I counted them, and more are coming. I'm starting, you know, taking cuttings and things like that. So let's say it doesn't rain for a week. and I've got all 3 of those barrels full. I basically have done the math in my head, and by walking around and seeing, you know, what needs what, that one of those 55 gallon barrels can water all my plants one time, about one time. Might need a little more, might need a little less. But so basically, if I absolutely had to, if they were all full, I could go 3 weeks. Okay, I don't think it's going to go 3 weeks right now without raining, but it could. But you know what I mean? Like, it's nice to have that just as a safeguard. So I could potentially have 3 weeks worth of water to water everything, because basically what I'm going to do and even actually it could be more than that, because what I would do is, like, every other week water things in a sort of restricting sort of watering scenario. So just thought I would mention that. So thanks for watching, guys. That was my new rain water harvesting catchment system. So give this a like, a thumbs up, a comment, share, subscribe if you like this content, and see you in the next video. Peace.